What's up, guys? This is Jay with Prepared Citizens. I hope you're doing well. I hope this video finds you well today. We're going to talk about comms plans. Alright guys, so when it comes to a comms plan, I got a couple of disclaimers for you, okay? Number one, this is not going to be the full depth of like an exact comms plan of what I use or I recommend to people. I'm not trying to put that stuff behind a paywall, but I also don't want to put it completely out as free information, because some of you guys or other people that have their stuff squared away may be utilizing that type of comms plan. I don't really want to give away too much information. I'm going to give you enough that you're going to probably be able to do kind of what you want to do, okay? I'm going to give you some pretty cool tips too. That's number one. Number two is context. Context. Guys, no type of communications is 1000% secure, okay? You have to understand that. Your cell phones are not secure. Digital encryption, that stuff is not secure. It can be cracked. All of it can be. We're talking about analog radios, and we're going to be talking about techniques and ways to keep them more secure that you should consider. So please keep that in mind. Also, along with this context, there seems to be a lot of people out there that believe the government is after them. First off, ask yourself what you are doing with your life and is it worth it? Me personally, I have some chickens, I got some food, got water, I got a family, and I just want to be more prepared to keep them safe. I'm not starting any kind of militia. It's a few families that want to protect each other, help each other through hard times if they come, okay? That's all it is. All right, and the government will not be coming and looking for us. They will not be seeking us. They have much bigger fish to fry than us. But we will talk about real threats that you will more than likely face if like food chains and water systems are disrupted in some way. So we will talk about that. First and foremost is every important person, I don't mean that disrespectfully, but every important person having a radio. So maybe head of household or whatever. If you have teams that do patrols, they all probably need a radio. If you have multiple teams that have multiple members in them, like if you got 5 4-man teams, that's a lot, but just hypothetically, maybe not all of them need a radio. Maybe they do. It's going to depend on what kind of situation you're in, where you're at, things like that, okay? So keep in mind all these circumstances. Nothing I'm saying is absolute, if you will. So first off, when it comes to the radio itself, I'd love for you to buy radios from me. You don't have to, but if you do, programming cards. These are cards, waterproof cards, that I give with each of my radios when people buy a kit from me. And this has the basic channels that's going to be on the radio. So if 5 people got radios from me, they can all say, hey, go to channel 12. And they're all going to talk to each other right out of the box, right? So that's pretty cool. Again, if you know how to do this stuff, that's going to be good too. So you can just kind of bypass buying from me. You just buy them from wherever, get them set up, and off you go. But I do like trying to make it simple for people, and mine comes with a lot of extra custom channels for your area on your zip code. Those aren't on the card, but I do give an actual programming piece of paper that's got all the channels broke down on it. It tells you what everything is and when you should and shouldn't use it. Another thing, I know this is going to come up because it's YouTube and there are so many experts out there. So follow the FCC guidelines, people. Act accordingly, if you will. Here's what I am going to say though. And you don't hear me saying this, but if you are using these radios and it's for you and your family on your property, and you're just talking to each other and you're not bothering anyone, I can almost guarantee you nobody cares. No one cares. Nobody cares. Okay? Enjoy talking to your family. Don't be jamming repeaters. Don't be intercepting other people's conversations and messing with their signals or transmitting when they're trying to talk to each other or whatever, okay? As long as you're not doing things like that, nobody cares. You're going to be just fine, all right? Follow the FCC rules. You have weather channels on here as well. Those are pretty helpful. When storms roll around, I use that a lot. Now, let's talk about a quick demo, I guess, on when you get these radios, what's the difference between channel and frequency mode, because that is one question I've had come up a lot. So let's talk about, this is AR5RM radio that we got.
Everyone have a very blessed and fruitful evening. Oh, we'll see you
All right.
tomorrow on the go.
Sorry, it was a local repeater. Okay, so we got, that's funny. We got the radio up top here. This is, I'm gonna see if I can get this focus for you guys. So it is in channel mode right now. That's frequency mode. Over here, you're going to notice it say VFO. And this is the AR5RM. And then you got channel mode. It's going to have a number. Okay, when it's got a number on that side, that's channel mode. So as you go up or down, and as you can tell, this is programmed to this. So you got the channels in there in order. But anywho, so that's that. Now if you order the UV5R kit, there's a UV5R. Okay, it's going to be the same thing. So as you can see, you got you got numbers on this side, and then if you hit the red button, that's what I forgot to tell you guys. VFO MR, that goes back and forth on both radios. See, that button is on both radios. That will take you back and forth between frequency and channel mode. So there's frequency mode, and that's channel mode. You see the numbers pop up over here. The numbers are gone in frequency mode. So to get on the channel you want, for instance, if I'm wanting to go to channel 9, I go to channel mode, make sure I see numbers over there. Since this thing does go up to 127 channels, and that one goes to 199, that means you got 3 digits. So we're going to do 009. And there is something going on locally on channel 9. But anyway, that could be kids or somebody talking on a hunting radio for all we know. But that is how you go to channels on here. Now, let's talk about a little bit more in-depth things to consider for security. So number one is going to be how you talk over the radio. I personally feel that being able to read a topographical map and have some land navigation skills go hand in hand with secure communication skills. And let me just explain what I mean. So if you have to, well, first off, if you got your map of your area, you can circle off certain areas. You can call them checkpoints, whatever you want. LPOPs, if you know, for a security principle or a purpose, sorry. You can quarter these things off and have that set up and actually call coordinates over the radio. Now, you don't want to call the exact coordinates. What you want to do is use what they call SARNAG. That is Search and Rescue Numerical Encryption Grid. It's very secure over the net. And what that means, I'm gonna tell you guys the best I can here. So let's see, what's a good one? The main one that I use is called Aftershock. And what that is, you guys are going to get this really quick. Aftershock. Who the heck messed up my marker? Aftershock. Okay, so what we got here is the word, or it's two words, but aftershock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is the magic number. You want to have a word or series of words that equal 10 digits, and it cannot have duplicating letters. Here's why. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 digits. So now use this. This is called SARNAG, okay? This is an encryption for calling grids over the net. So, for example, I don't know if you had 4, 5, 6, 7, 0, 1, 2, 3. Let's say this was our grid, okay? So we would call over the radio Romeo, Sierra, Hotel, Oscar, where am I at here? Alpha, Foxtrot, Tango, Echo. You see what I'm saying? That's how you'd call that over the net. And of course there's other series that you want to speak in, or sentences you want to speak in over the radio to keep it more secure. This is just one tiny example, okay? And whatever you do, that's the most common one. Probably don't use that because, again, it's super common. That's just what I use for training to teach people because it's common. I always tell people to come up with their own. And you may have something cool you could come up with for your specific area or something like that too. Another tip, how I was talking about quartering off areas for checkpoints and things like that. If you have one area of your property that has a waterway through it, name it something over the net, call that checkpoint or LPOP something like Dry Bones or Desert Heat, something like that. Basically opposite of what it is, because if most people would be like, well, he's talking about desert something, it's going to be like no vegetation, no water, super dry, right? And then vice versa. If it was really dry with no vegetation, I don't know, call it wet water. And there's no water source anywhere near it. Just little subtle things to throw people off. And certain times. This is really, really critical. So again, we talked about this earlier. I don't care if you got analog. I don't care if you got digital. I don't care what you got, what you think you got. Anything can be tracked. There is technology out there to track anything, okay? So, with that being said, these are, well, actually, this one's a tri-band radio, but this one's dual band. Most radios are dual band. So, utilize both bands, meaning certain times of the day, maybe use VHF. Certain other times of the day, use UHF. Or if it's a two-way conversation, you could actually set that up to be transmitting on VHF and receiving on UHF. Something like that. So keep these little things in mind as far as securing your communication, because since we're already this far, let's talk about the threats you're probably going to encounter. Number one threat is going to be your local criminals, because again, if something disrupts food supply, water systems, things like that, one of the number one things that's going to happen is your local jails and things are going to have to release prisoners or inmates back out, because they can't feed them and they can't just let them die there unless they're already on death row. So they're going to have to be released. That means between them and all these people, families good people that call people like you and me crazy for prepping at all, these people are not going to have food. Their children will be starving and they will be losing their minds. What would you do if your children were starving? If your wife was starving? What extent would you go to feed them? You see what I'm saying? You catch my drift? So these are going to be the people that's already criminals, and then the ones that's about to turn into criminals. These are going to be your immediate threats. That's going to be who you need to set up security protocols and secure comms to avoid, deter, and possibly defend against. So when it comes to comms, just don't overcomplicate it. Keep it simple. 90% of this is going to be 90% of your security is going to be related to when you talk on the radio. So have certain times. Everyone have a watch, preferably like some kind of solar power, where you're not going to worry about batteries dying, it's slowing down, things like that. Have times that you transmit, and also use secure language over the net, such as SARNEG. You can Google this, okay? You can Google this, SARNEG. I'm going to put it up here. SARNEG. That's SARNEG. You can Google it. Okay, you probably have all the, can you guys see that? Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, you can Google that. It'll explain even more to you. Come up with some secure code to use for it, and that way that'll help secure a lot of things and free up a lot of issues with the whole security thing, because you're not actually giving grid coordinates over the radio, okay? And last but not least, mix up the bands. Don't be scared to use, UHF and VHF in conjunction with each other. Utilize that stuff. The radio does it, utilize it. So, and this is how I recommend securing your comms as much as possible without getting seriously crazy on tweaking radios and doing a whole lot of privacy codes and things like that, okay? I don't want to get too much into that. You can, and it really doesn't help that much. You're not gonna, it honestly don't help. So, but you will be faced against possibly with people that know how to turn this thing on and hit that scan key, okay? And that's going to be the people you want to avoid and deter. All right, guys, I think that's all I got for you. I hope this helps. This is just me just winging it, just like I'd be talking to a buddy or whatever. So I hope this video helps. If you have any questions on this stuff, please let me know. Ask away. Again, I don't want to give too crazy amount of detail on this stuff because I don't actually want to mess up someone's comm plan. But this is the basics you want to start with, okay? This is the bare bones basics you want to start with, and I can almost guarantee you, just doing this stuff right here, you're off to hell of a start, especially for the threats like we talked about. If that's like you, now if you're doing a lot deeper stuff where government could be trying to come down on you, good luck. I don't recommend doing whatever you're doing, but yeah, you're going to need a lot more than this. So for the normal people out there, my fellow prepared citizens, this is a hell of a start, and this is going to get you way off in the right direction. It'd probably be all you need, to be honest with you, for most of us. But nonetheless, you'll be doing good with this. All right, guys, if you got any questions, please let me know. I really appreciate you watching this far. If I missed anything, or if you got anything to add, please drop in the comments. I always look forward to seeing constructive criticism or actual comments that actually help the conversation. It actually builds it and makes it better, and maybe we can do another video, touch back on it, and that would be cool too. So guys, remember to be an asset to everybody around you, not a liability. Thank you so much. I'll catch you on the next one. God bless.